everybody. Welcome back to Focus on Business. Guess what? We're going to make you fit. Well, kind of fit. If you ain't fit, you're going to get fit, because I'm telling you right now, we have Tony Salamani from the Fitness Frame. Now, I met you, it was like 7-8 months ago in Tampa.
That's correct.
And we were at the same event together, and you were walking around showing pictures of your wife's hiney. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. I dead seriously was, but it was the frame that was in it. It was awesome. Now, this is a great product, and we're going to get to that product. But first, I want to let everybody know that, you actually have a background in sales and in customer service, and you understand people, which is a big deal.
It is.
Sometimes we don't get, we have people that just find them, or they make a product, but they don't understand their customer. They don't understand how to sell to their customer, which is a big deal, because this is about business. We all understand that we're trying to sell something. I'm even selling my services. That is what it is. But you understand people. So let's talk about where'd you come from business-wise?
I've been in relationship type sales my entire working life. Long-term relations with people where I help them grow their business. I became a integral part of their business and help them grow.
See, and that alone, caring that the customer grows, is a big deal. Now, you service the whole East Coast, correct?
Actually, the company did. I was a builder rep that covered 7 counties around Tampa.
Oh, around Tampa.
Correct.
But you were with Corian.
A division of DuPont. Correct.
I'll see. Right there, DuPont's a big one. That's a big company.
Big company, some great products, and a lot of customer service, helping people understand the product, helping people sell the product, service the product, and having the eventual customer understand it and be happy with it.
Right. So it wasn't just like, here's your product, good luck.
Absolutely not.
You help them grow. So you had that mentality, that whole mindset of, I can take a product, I can teach you how to use the product and make you successful with the product.
And be happy with it.
And be happy with it. Well, yeah. That's kind of a good thing. You get a little tri-circle there thing, and you're happy, you know how to use it, you actually make a little bit of money. You're being successful with that product, which is really, really good, which in turn helped you develop your own product, correct?
That is correct.
All right, so let's talk about the Fitness Frame.
The Fitness Frame, how it came to light.
Yeah.
My mother, who passed away a little bit over a year ago, lived with me for the last 25 years of her life, up until 40 days short of her 100th birthday. And when she first moved in with me, she was still driving. She was very able-bodied. And as she got older, I saw her go from walking on her own to a walker to a wheelchair. She was continuously losing strength and coordination. And at the same time, I was trying to find ways to motivate her to exercise, and exercises that she could do and that were beneficial to her. So that is really how the Fitness Frame came to light. The Fitness Frame initially was a sturdy frame out of the water that she could hold on to and exercise around, even though exercising for her was holding on to something and lifting up one leg at a time and bending over, holding on to something. So that is really how the Fitness Frame came to light.
Wow. Okay, so you had a mom, you saw a need, you filled a need. It sounds like that Disney movie, you see a need, you feel a need. You remember that one? I do Toy Works, I think something like that. But robots, that's what it was. I digress. Everything I do is in the child world. It's just kind of weird the way I am, or the movies. So you didn't just stick a you just didn't make a pull-up bar, right?
That's
you,
correct.
you fixed it where it's adjustable.
It is adjustable, so if she was in her wheelchair, she could reach up and grab a hold of it and start to pull herself up a little bit, or at least engage the muscles in her upper body, which is important for anybody in a wheelchair because they need to be able to transfer themselves and adjust where they're sitting. And if you don't have the strength to do that, then all kind of problems happen. So it is adjustable. So then she was able to stand up and use this sturdy frame to hold herself up and to start to exercise her lower body at the same time it was engaging the muscles in her upper body.
And so this helped her. It helped her get stronger.
It helped her to regain some strength and actually just be able to maintain, and it definitely stopped the regression.
Right. Okay. I get now. This when you first made this was a product for out of the water.
That is correct.
And so then the cool feature about this is it can go into the water, right?
That is correct. And so a couple of things happened. Number one, what I did for Mom and the fact that I've always exercised, I saw the potential to have this in the water, to use the buoyancy that the water provides for not only a senior citizen to get exercise, but somebody like myself, somebody who was struggling. I always thought pull-ups were a great thing, but the problem was I could only do a few pull-ups. I had to lift my body weight. Most people can't lift their body weight. When you put it in the water and you've got the buoyancy that the water provides, literally anybody can do a pull-up.
Right. Okay, so if I've been damaged, we've got this young lady here that's in the water right now, and actually she's with her trainer, and the trainer is having her put her feet up and then do pull-ups that way to work.
She is engaging her entire upper body, and in this case, she's engaging her entire body. Her core is engaged to lift her legs up. Her legs, to keep them up like that, her quads are engaged. Her upper body is engaged because she is literally helping to lift herself up.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to the beginning, and how did the process start by designing that bar?
Because it was initially thought of as something out of the pool, I was looking for a simple A-frame, which is incredibly sturdy if it's made right, and that it is adjustable and it can be taken down and moved to different places, outside, inside. So that is kind of how it came about.
So in the beginning, did you take a look at so it's going to be outside, so material's got to be good, it can't rust, it can't do this, and the adjustability, is that something that was in the original design to be able to adjust it, or was it a single height?
It was a single height because my first prototype was just that. It was something to test the concept, how that worked. And then prototype number 2 was adjustable legs, just like they are now, 8 4-foot long segments that collapse into each other.
Yeah, I did notice it when I first met you guys, and you guys showed up, and you goes, "Here, I got one for you," and it was this satchel, and it looked like a tent. I'm like, well, that's I know what it looks like.
Yeah.
That kind of doesn't look like it now, and you're like, oh, and it's easy to put together. I'm like, oh, okay. And I took it home, and actually I brought it to the studio because I was thinking it was kind of cool. And I brought it to the studio and I showed everybody, and they're like, what is it? I said, it's a pull-up bar. And they're like, well, how can you do pull-ups on that? It's tiny. I said, but it's not tiny. I said, once it's all put together, it's got the right height. And I said, and if you guys ever get hurt, and you can't stand up, you can do it from a sitting position. So say you're hurt, your legs are hurt, but you still want to work out. You sit in the chair, drop it down, and then you can slowly, and then until your upper body, until you can get to the point where you're standing again, the whole 9 yards. So,
and it was pretty easy to put together, wasn't it?
oh, it was. I love the fact that I don't have to try to find a hole. Like, typically when you're trying to find a hole or something like that, you got to go down, then you slide it down, and you got to find the 2 matching holes. No, this one right here, you put it in there, and the pin holds it up, which to me is just genius because it's just a pain. I hate putting together pop-up tents because you got to find little holes, and you got to match them all up, and then there's other equipment like I have some weightlifting stuff that you got to find the hole, and you got to go through the bar the whole 9 yards. It's just it's a pain. You made it simple. It's easy. One person can put it together.
And without any tools.
With no tools, exactly. Because if you look right here, and he'll show it. You see the 4 black knobs. Those tighten it down to keep the spread.
Correct.
And then you have a super strong cable that goes in between the legs.
That is correct.
So to me, that's one of the simplest things I've ever seen. And sometimes the simplest things are the best.
That is one thing nice about this is when people see it, they understand it right off the bat. There's not a whole lot of explanation. It makes sense.
It does make sense. All right, so when we come back, we're going to get into the real what it's made out of, why it can go from pool to outside to and it can live outside, right?
It can live outside.
It can live
go
outside,
in the
which is a
ocean.
huge. In Florida, that is huge because I've bought grills that they said, "Oh, it'll never rust," and then within 6 months, it's a rusted bucket of mess. So we'll be right back. Get yourself something to drink, beer, wine, coffee, doesn't matter, and then we'll be back after this.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by TrueLeaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, we're back. So, are you feeling tired? You feeling like you're not getting where you want to get? You want to get stronger up here? Well, you get stronger up here, we're making sure this is all strong, right?
That is
Core is a big deal.
it supports your body. It keeps you from having back pain. A strong core, what's a good word? Does a lot of things for you.
Right. I hear people going, "Oh, I'm gonna go start lifting weights and blah blah blah," and I'm waiting for someone to say, "You're gonna work on that core first, because you can go in there and start lifting weights without doing that core, and you're gonna hurt yourself. Seriously, hurt yourself. I not just a little bit hurt yourself, but I mean you can damage yourself." I remember my PE coach from when I was 10 years old. And the one thing that he always said, he goes, "You can go lift weights all you want to lift." He says, "But if you can't do a pull-up, a sit-up, or a push-up, you might as well not do anything, because that is your core. That is what you really need to be able to do. And once you get all that and you can slam those things out, you can go lift all the weights you want to." He wouldn't let us lift weights unless we could prove to him that we could do pull-ups, sit-ups, and push-ups. Because once you satisfy, I think it was 100, 100, and 100. So not 100 pull-ups, because I don't know anybody can. Well, I know people, but I don't think. But it was the equivalent. I'm like, okay, I'm good with this. I never really wanted to lift weights, but I always wanted to make sure I was a core, because I was a runner, and I get the core side of it. So let's talk about the material. Oh, I'm gonna correct myself. By the way, the reason I like the fitness frame, and I do have one, is the fact that I know how to fiddle with holes. But there are holes that are in there, so when you have it in the pool, it's easier to take in and out, correct?
It locks the leg in place.
It locks it in place. Mine's not in the pool yet, but it's going to be, because this arm just had surgery on, and I'm probably getting ready to go back. And so I know for a fact I'm going to have to get in the water to be able to get this side built back up before I get back out on the ground. Now, it's stainless steel, correct?
The upper leg is stainless steel, the bar is stainless steel, and all of the hardware is stainless steel.
So, and this is surgical steel.
It is. It's 304 surgical stainless steel.
Okay. Now, if I leave this in the pool for a couple of days and decide to come out and start working on it outside, get it off, rinse it off, and it's just fine.
Just fine.
Okay, so you probably have timed yourself. How long does it take you to put one together?
Less than 5 minutes.
Less than 5 minutes. So that's from bag to position ready to use.
That is correct. And about the same to
5 minutes,
tear
guys.
it down and put it back in the bag, which it can be if you're leaving it at home. It can stay put up. But the ability to take it to the ocean, to take it to a lake or to a pool, the portable aspect is important.
So I'm going on vacation, right? And I'm going to be gone for a couple of weeks. Say I'm driving somewhere. It fits in your vehicle. It's not awkward to put in there, because it's
Weighs 30 pounds.
30 pounds. Right? So you take that, you go somewhere, you set it up, so now you've got your gym with you. Because, and we're going to talk about this in another segment, because it's got stuff. It's got cool stuff, right?
Lots of accessories.
Lots of accessories. So this young lady right here is using it. Now, I see there's numbers on there.
That's correct.
Right? That sets it for different heights.
Correct.
So what's the tallest it will go?
7 foot 4 inches, and it'll collapse down to 3 foot 8 inches.
Wow. 3 foot.
Yep.
That means that you can actually use this and you be on the ground.
Correct.
Now but that would be with bands, correct? Unless you're long armed like me.
Or remember, like the rows that we were doing.
Oh,
where
yes.
You
Oh.
were suspended
That's
underneath with your legs out, and you were pulling yourself up.
I think we've
this
actually
way.
got some video of that somewhere. I don't know. I don't want to throw Rob a curveball on that.
It's a great exercise, and it collapses down to where the bar would be right on top of the red legs.
Oh yeah, that's
So,
fine then.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, you look at it and you say, oh, that little piece of wire. See, I'm the very person that will point out something just so you know that it's not. But so that little piece of wire, you're like, there's no way that's going to hold. But that thing, that's not what's holding it. What's holding is the force of you. Okay, your body weight kind of keeps it in place,
Correct.
and that's a safety piece.
Well, the whole design of an A-frame, even though those legs are coming out at an angle, because of the design of an A-frame, it would be like you're holding that pole straight up and down and trying to push down. That's
Right.
the force that is hitting each leg is like it's so. Even without that cable on there, it will stand up on its own. Heavy-duty rubber feet, so it plants itself. Even on a pool that is sloped, it'll sit right on that slope because it's downward force.
Right. And if you've got a slope, you can always put two legs longer than the other one, so you've got so you feel a little bit even.
And that is the reason there is no bar across the bottom, so the legs are independently adjustable. Some pools have a little slope on the side, and if you've only got that corner that it'll fit in, then you can set it up to work in any situation.
Right. So I love it. I think it's one of these kind of products that like, well, why didn't we do this sooner? Because I'm one of those kind of guys that when I had the kids, okay, and they were young, what did I do? I went and bought them a jungle gym. We put it on the outside, and I figured, I'm going to get one that's got a bar on the end of it. Whew, nope, not happening. I used it for probably 3 months, and then the kids are like, get away from our toys.
Yep.
This is not you. This is us. But it was only one height, and that was it.
Yep.
So to me, what a great product to make. You keep steady, and I keep going back to the point where we live in Florida. So we're in Florida. It's salt water everywhere all the time. I don't care how far in. Salt
Yep.
water still gets into it. And mine's sitting outside right now, and it's not. I don't think it rained the other day, so I probably need to go wipe it off. But other than that, because it's tree stuff, but it didn't rust, and that blows my mind.
But you know what was incredibly encouraging to hear what you said about your shoulder and how you instantly saw the fact that you can put this in your pool. You can do a pull-up with as little as probably 30 pounds that you're only lifting 30 pounds of your weight.
Right.
So it gives even somebody who has gone through surgery or an injury the ability to continue to do that movement at a greatly reduced weight.
Right. Now, okay, so in the water, can you use the bands?
You can, but the idea is when that bar is only slightly above the surface of the water, you're only lifting a fraction of your weight. So there really is no need for the pull-up assist bands in the water.
Okay. Now, not only do you do pull-ups,
Correct.
because and we'll talk about this a little bit more because I want to get a whole segment on all the different type of exercises, but you can also do dips.
You can do dips and rows.
Okay, so that helps. That starts helping the I'm not a muscle guy.
Your dips are your triceps.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that
your chest and your triceps.
There you go. So that helps build the upper and makes you kind of get a little bit of a V cut, kind of.
That and the pull-ups really do that. Pull-ups are an exercise different than most things in that they engage more muscles in your body than just about any other exercise. Your core, you have to tighten up in order to pull yourself up. You have to tighten up those muscles in your core, in your glutes. It really engages muscles in your body like no other exercise.
Right.
And so even though that may be, well, I can't do a pull-up, well, this will help anybody do a pull-up. And a pull-up is more than just an exercise. It is a premier exercise that engages more muscles.
It's just as good as swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know swimming uses everything. So if you're in the pool and you're doing the pull-ups above the water, just a little bit above the water,
Yep.
so you're engaging everything to try to get up. You put your legs up the whole 9 yards.
Swimmers are actually a huge market for the product because a lot of the power in propelling yourself forward in a pool, you're using your lats. And so any swimmer is always looking for ways to target those muscles, and a pull-up does it like nothing else. Any swim coach, if there was one out of the pool exercise they would have their swimmers do, it would be pull-ups.
Pull-ups. And there's different types of pull-ups, right?
There's pull-ups, chin-ups, wide grip, narrow grip. So that combination is very well-rounded as far as the muscles that it's engaging.
Okay. And I keep going back to the water. So as the stronger you get with a lower setting, you start bringing it up a notch.
You simply raise the bar higher out of the water, and it's very incremental in that if you look at the motion of a pull-up going from this position to here, that's only, 20-some inches
Yeah.
of movement.
Yep.
So going from a water level at this height to a water level by your core, your navel, you're able to go from lifting 15% of your body weight to 80% of your body weight.
Wow.
In just that short distance of raising the bar up out of the water.
That's absolutely amazing. That just that far
Yeah,
can make that much difference.
correct.
And this is a product you can start with. You can work one arm, both arms.
And you're able to do some things like a one-arm pull-up or a muscle-up where you're actually going from this position to a dip position that is virtually impossible for even a fit person to do. They're just a difficult movement, but with this device in the water, virtually anybody can do that.
All right, so when we get back, we're gonna go take a little break. I probably need a little more coffee. We're gonna talk about the types of exercises and the extra cool stuff that you can get for the fitness frame.
The accessories.
We'll be right back.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by TrueLeaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Hey, everybody, we're back. This is our third segment with Tony. I call him Anthony. I'm allowed to do that because I'm weird and I just don't take no for an answer. Nah, I'm just kidding. So, Tony, buddy, let's talk about some of the exercises that you can do with this. And then we're going to talk about some of the exercises, or all of them, I don't care. And then we're going to talk about some of the product, because it's more than just the frame. You can get other stuff. So let's talk about the exercises that you can do with the fitness frame.
Very good. One of the great things is everything that you can do out of the water,
Right.
you can do in the water, or vice versa. So it is not just, if you don't have a pool, there's still a lot of things you can do with the fitness frame, and then you can travel to water.
Okay. Now let's talk about some of the exercises themselves. Now, because there's more than just pull-ups.
And don't discount a pull-up, though.
Right.
Because,
No.
Because a pull-up, just like we said before, is if you could only do one or two upper body exercises, any expert would say, we'll do a pull-up.
Okay. Well, let me rephrase that question then. There's different styles and types of pull-ups. And some of them are not just your pull-up over thing. It's a pull-up, but you're using different parts. Like the picture we've got now right in here is a jump pull.
Where you're, at the same time, you're moving your lower body, whether you're holding onto the frame. And for a deconditioned person, you can hold on the frame and simply go into a squat or a lunge position. Now, Edna in this has both her feet off the ground, which a person who has had an injury or that wouldn't be doing. But plant both your feet on the ground, hold on to the frame, and lower your body down.
Okay.
What you're not thinking about at that point is you're engaging your upper body. By holding on to the bar, even if you're not trying to, you start to pull yourself up. You're helping yourself up. So you're not only reducing the stress on your lower body, you're reducing the jarring on your lower body, you're engaging the muscles in your upper body.
Okay. Now you're going to show us a real quick thing, real quick. Without the bar, he's just going to show it to us real quick, because this right here is just like jumping rope, correct?
That's what this came from.
Okay.
So we've all seen people jumping rope. It gives you a incredible.
Well, we can't hear you, so let's just show it real quick, and then we're going to get you back on here.
So just doing this, but holding on here.
Got it. Okay, so come over here now. So that is just as if I took a jump rope and sat there and did my workout with jump ropes.
Which is a great cardiovascular workout, a great lower body workout, virtually nothing for your upper body.
Okay.
And that's where this comes in, because you're getting a great upper body workout, but you're also reducing the jarring on your lower body. And like I was doing there, bouncing, or Edna's doing in some
Right.
of these pictures, you don't have to do that. Right here, both of her feet are planted on the ground, and she's going into a lunge position. But look what's happening with her upper body there.
Oh, it's tight. You can see she's taking the jarring off of her legs and off of her hips.
And as you go through that, you are getting a equal upper body workout at the same time you're getting a lower body.
Because you're holding yourself up and you're tightening the whole. Okay.
Your core.
That's
And as a person progresses and as they start to get more upper body, then you just pull yourself up a little bit harder, and you're now going from a cardiovascular workout to a resistant workout.
Okay. So he's also, now you've also got a band that helps
Correct.
you do pull-ups, and I think we've got that image coming up. Yep, there she goes, right there.
So this is Louisa doing a regular pull-up, but that band is doing the same thing that water does. It's reducing the weight that she's lifting.
So if you don't have a pool,
if you don't have
hence
a pool,
you can use the bands and do the exact same thing That's okay. Now we have a picture of you doing a pull-up. I think Rob's going to roll that here in a second. And now this is the proper way of doing a pull-up, and it shows. I mean, you're a tall dude, so I mean, you're a big old tall drinker of water. So you have to hang a little bit to do it, but that's the right way of doing it. You're not jerking yourself up, right? You're
That is
holding yourself up nice and steady. And you even I noticed all your stuff. You do that one little, you get a little extra pull. And you're just like, yep, okay. Now, is that done for a reason, or is that just something that you
Showing
do?
off.
You're showing off. No, showing off is Miss Monica. Now that's showing off because she does a pull up and then she swings her legs up.
So,
and I don't think we have that video yet, but actually we'll talk about it and I'll find it and I'll put it in post.
and I want to go back to one thing. When
Sure.
I was doing that, that frame was not adjusted to its full height.
Okay.
When I designed this, I made it to where when I'm fully extended, I can reach it, and my feet are just barely touching
Barely
the
touching the
ground.
ground. Yeah, 'cause-
so that was probably somewhere around 6 foot something, but it'll go to 7'4".
Yeah, because you're 6'3", 6'5".
6'2".
6'2". Oh, see, I see when I'm looking up, everybody's taller, and then you might as well be 8 foot tall. But okay, so now we have another picture of I think Carlton, and he's doing some pull-ups as well. I think if Rob will get that queued up for us. So he has actually helped you develop. Let me guess, it's the Fit 5.
The full body 5.
The full body 5. See, you think that I would know all this stuff being around him as much as I did, but even I have to go back and go, huh. So he's working on a regiment for you.
A beginning regiment, something that involves your entire body in 5 movements, and part of that is because how much of your body just a pull-up does.
Right.
So it's a series of exercises that you're getting exercise over your entire body.
Okay, let's let Rob's going to roll that footage of Carlton, and I think this is just a normal. What would your basic pull up that you should
I'm
be
not
doing?
sure what we're going to be looking
Yeah,
at
let's
here.
let Rob roll that. We're going to do this any minute now. Okay. So anyway, yeah. I'll put that in post. That's awesome.
Okay.
But he's working the whole beginner regiment,
Correct.
and it's called the what again?
Full body 5.
Full body 5. Now
So-
this can be done in the water and out of the water.
Correct.
Okay. So if I'm trying to go, okay, say I'm in good shape,
Yep.
and I'm getting ready, but I'm still in the water. That means my bar is going to be set up pretty much as high as it can go.
It all depends on the depth of your pool.
Depth of the pool.
Yep.
A 4-foot pool, water comes up to here.
Correct.
So I can
then
have
you're
it.
Going to have the bar higher.
Keep raising my arm like I know I'm not supposed to,
Yeah.
but I'm paying the price for it. So, okay. So now, with what are the bands?
The bands are a latex band that is actually doing the same thing that water does. It's a resistance band. It can be used for a lot of different things, but when you loop it over top of the fitness frame and either put your knee in it or put your foot in it, you are reducing the amount of weight you're lifting.
But they're also made for. I know there was one thing we did were leg sweeps
Correct.
to help you build the inner outer thighs.
Yeah, like I said, there's lots of different. It's a resistance band. It's
Okay.
a loop resistant band.
Okay.
So you can simply put it over a leg and do a leg sweep where you're going for the inner and the outer thigh
Okay.
by pulling it this way or pulling it back this way.
Oh, okay. All right. So now I also noticed ropes.
the ropes? Those were ropes.
Okay, there are ropes. Okay.
And it saves you from having to adjust the height of the fitness frame because you're not lifting your entire body weight when you're doing that jump pull workout.
Okay.
So when you're holding up here on the bar, you're engaging specific muscles. When you're at this point and midpoint in a pull-up, you're engaging other muscles. When you're at a finish position, you're engaging. So by holding on to that rope in different positions as you're moving,
Because that's
you're-
what she's got there.
Exactly. You're simply able to engage different muscles, but also give muscles that you've been using a break so you can do the movement for longer.
Okay. Well, that would make more sense than me instead of me having to adjust the bar
Correct.
24 times or 10 times in the middle of a workout. I can use now. What's some of the other equipment that's coming with that you can order for the fitness frame?
There's the resistance bands that we've talked about, both the loop and just a regular resistance band that you can pull like that.
Okay.
And then elbow straps where you're able to do knee lifts, so you're really engaging your core.
Oh, so you can actually. So now you have an apparatus on there that you're not. Now it's we're still doing a pull up because you're holding.
You're holding
the straps,
and your whole upper body is engaged, but now you're able to lift your legs.
So
up.
okay, so now you're working that big belly. So I got a big belly.
Same thing as if you were dangling and holding onto the bar, but just like we said, holding up your body weight or lifting your body weight is
Right.
difficult. So this takes some of the weight off of those muscles and lets you concentrate on other muscles that aren't getting as much work.
Okay, perfect. Well, we got about 30 seconds left, and before I go in, because I want to talk about a few more of the exercise, show a little bit more video that we've got of it, and then we're going to tell you where you can go get yours, because you need to get yours. And it's really, I'm telling you, it's a cool product, and it'll keep you. I can't do that with this one. I'll do this one. Oh yeah, I'll look like Thor after he drank about 5 kegs. If you haven't seen the new Endgame, go watch it because it's funny as all get out. So anyway, we'll be right back after these messages.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by TrueLeaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, everybody, we're back. I'm tired. I feel like I done worked out. Oh, just right here. I feel it right here. I'm telling you. I don't feel it here, not yet, but I'm getting there. So, the things if you look at the picture behind us, right? And then Rob's going to put this up in a second. This right here is a major core workout. You got to be strong on this because you have to stabilize.
Correct.
And this is like what do they call these? The rings?
Those are fitness rings, basically the same thing that gymnasts would use.
Oh my, yeah. I was watching him doing this. We filmed all this, so we were watching all this, and I'm like, man, if he lets go of that thing, he's gonna bust his head wide open on that concrete. But you're strong, dude, man. I gotta give it to you. You got some core to you.
Not bad for 60.
How old?
I'll be 60 this July.
Okay, so I just want everybody to know, I really honestly did not know how old he was until I thought you were in your early 50s. So
I'll be 60 in July.
congratulations, brother. You look good and you are strong. I will not mess with this man because he's got a pretty girlfriend, wife, whatever. Nope. I'm good. So this is some of the accessories that you can get.
Correct.
For the fitness frame.
The frame is stable to the point where it'll support your body weight. So pretty much anything like the leg lifts that we talked about, the rings where you're basically providing downward force, it can handle. We've tested it at over 1,000 pounds.
Holy cow! Now this right here is another one of the band workout where you can actually. This helps you work the calves
Well,
and the quads.
You're working your whole other leg as you bend down. I'm not sure if he's going to go into that or there we go.
Ah, that hurts. That just hurts watching it. I'm just saying.
So that is actually more difficult than doing a regular squat because you're having to balance yourself at the same time. He is not holding onto the bar, but that is a nice thing. For somebody who isn't that agile, you can hold onto the bar as you're doing that.
Okay.
So you can guide yourself, whether you're holding onto the side legs or the upper bar, you're able to stabilize yourself as you're doing that. So you can graduate up to doing it where you're not holding on.
Okay, now so an exercise like that, does that work your calves, your quads, or
That's
your butt?
mainly his quads.
Okay,
is what he was.
Because I want to
working
have
there.
a Captain America butt. And if anybody's
Well,
watched Endgames, you'll understand exactly what I'm saying. The memes are everywhere. Captain America's butt. Because
And the second group of muscles it would be working would be your hamstrings and your glutes.
oh,
So
yeah, see glutes,
Yep.
glutamus maximus. Now this is the one we were talking about that you actually have the sling.
correct.
Right.
So instead of, you could do the same thing if you were holding onto the bar, but now he is giving his upper body kind of a break, but yet he's still having to keep his arms stable there. And this is a great lower core workout.
Wow. Okay. It's like we cued the wind. It was so cool. Okay, so this is a great product, and there's nobody that can't do this. I mean, from beginner to someone that can't lift their own body weight to an expert like Carlton there, he's got masters in all. I mean, I don't have time to read all the masters he's got. It's just amazing. The man knows what he's doing. So,
But to take that just a little bit further, from a person with a disability to a person with not the upper body strength to do this, yes, virtually anybody can
virtually
use
anybody
this
can
device.
do this. Okay, so I want to get this. I want to order this product. Where do I go to get this product? Because you're not in stores.
That is correct. It is thefitnessframe.com. And my email address is tony@thefitnessframe.com. And our phone number is 813-483-9000.
So do we have a price point yet?
We do.
Do you feel like talking about it? Everybody hates talking about the price. Let's get the money out of the way because it's no matter. I don't care if it's $1 million. It's still
Retail is $8.99.
nice.
And this is a product that, with minimal care, will last you for your life.
So it's not a lifetime warranty, but if you take care of it, it will
Against
last.
manufacturer defects, there is a lifetime guarantee.
Whoa, really?
Yep.
All right, folks. See, got a warranty on it. That's pretty dang good. If I had to say so myself,
It will last.
it will last because it's made out of the real steel.
Yep. It's heavy duty. It'll surprise you when you actually use it, how stable it is and how well made it is.
That is so cool. Well, let me tell you, I'm ordering one. I got one, but I want one for my kids because they can't have mine. Just saying. They're going to move out and they're going to wind up taking it. I don't want them taking it. So it is what it is. I'll make sure they get one themselves. So thefitnessframe.com,
Fitnessframe.com
Tony at thefitnessframe.com.
and 813-483-9000.
So we've got for the next few minutes, I am going to play some video for you guys, and we are going to show you it in action. So if you want one, make sure you go to thefitnessframe.com Or you call Tony at 813-483-9000. Well, I love that 9,000. 9,000. And we will see everybody next week on A Focus on Business. You have a good day.
Hi, I'm Dylan Gaston with WeBeam TV, and we are back at the Tampa Home Show. And I have with me right now, I have Tony
Tony Solomoni.
There you go. Tony Solomoni with Beach Athletic. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I'm watching his wife to the side just bury some men while she's doing some pull-ups and chin-ups. Anyway, so Tony, you have this great piece of equipment, the fitness frame.
That is correct.
And your lovely wife, who, by the way, is right there doing some pull-ups that are just impressing some people over there. She is very impressive. So tell us about this frame.
The fitness frame is a patented portable A-frame device that can be used in the water and on land. And where it's really unique is by putting it in the water, whether it be in your pool, in a lake, in the ocean, the buoyancy that the water provides compensates for a percentage of your weight. One of the most basic exercises you can do with it is a pull-up or a chin-up. And most people can't do a pull-up because it requires lifting your body weight.
Right, and I definitely cannot. I'm positive of that.
And that's where the idea of the water came in. When you have this device in the water, you're in a warm, comforting environment, and the buoyancy that the water provides gives you the ability to do pull-ups. And pull-ups being one of the best overall upper body exercises you can do. It activates more muscles in your body than pretty much any other movement. And
because it's your whole core, right?
Your core,
you're
your
pulling
back, all the way to your arms and your wrists and your grip. All of those are necessary to do a pull-up. And the idea is by being able to reduce the weight that you're lifting, virtually anybody can do it. When you're standing in water and the water is right up to your neck, you're literally only lifting about 15% of your body weight.
Is that still helping you then? Like in the water, because of the buoyancy, is it still helping you? I guess it does,
It is definitely
right?
helping you because as you raise that to where you're standing in the water and the water's here, now the water's here, and the water gets lower on you, or as you are higher up out of the water, you're lifting a higher percentage. So just like if you're starting to lift weights and you can only lift a 10-pound weight and then you graduate to a 15 and a 20-pound, it's the same thing. It's just like I was talking with a female Marine and I asked her how was she able to do what they were able to do. They actually had her standing on a box and pulling, but lifting herself with her legs.
Okay.
So, or a push-up where you're doing it against the wall and you're only doing a percentage of your weight. That is the way that you graduate and gradually get stronger.
Okay, and this goes in the water as well too, and you just keep on like walking it, I guess, into the
into a deeper
shallower
end,
water.
or the fitness frame is made up of 4 independently adjustable telescoping legs.
Okay.
So number one, that would compensate for a pool bottom that is at a slope and you were trying to keep it level. By raising legs or lowering legs, you're able to level the device. And in pools that have a gradual slope, that is a nice way to adjust the height of it, is pulling it into more shallow or deeper water. But if you have a pool that's all the same level, the height of the device will go down as low as 3 foot 8 inches to as high as 7 foot 2 inches.
Is this something you designed?
It is a product that I came up with the idea and designed, and what you're seeing in the video here is my 5th prototype, and we have just gone into production. And
tell me, how did you think of this idea?
I live on a small lake and I had the idea of suspending a bar above the water specifically to do pull-ups.
Oh, okay.
And I hung it from a boathouse to where it was a foot above the water and started doing pull-ups and gradually raised it. And over doing that over a couple of year period, I saw the potential to help a lot of people and came up with the idea of how I could design something that could be used in a pool. One of the funny things about it is probably every other person that sees it talks to me about the rehab aspect. Water rehab is very popular and very beneficial. Water itself provides a incredible resistance just moving your body in the water. And that is definitely an area that we see being able to help a lot of people in water rehab, whether it be an injured athlete or just a person needing to get into shape.
Right. And there's anything to help somebody get started, because I think if you get started in, just at any of the local gyms or whatever, if you can't do a pull-up or a chin-up, and I learned the difference is, don't tell me, chin-up is this way,
And
pull-up is this way.
Correct.
And different muscles. You said that it's working.
With a chin-up, you're using a lot of your biceps and your shoulders and that, where with a pull-up, you're trying to activate the muscles in your low back. And that is a important aspect of the device. Even if somebody can do a pull-up, chances are they're using the wrong muscles to do it. And you can do it, but you're taking a chance of injuring yourself. And you're also not really exercising the muscles that are some of the biggest muscles in your body, your lats. And that's what doing a pull-up under less resistance, or
Right.
doing it where you're doing it in the water, you're able to really do good form, and you're able to do it properly and really hit the muscles that you should be
See,
targeting.
that's exciting, because I think that definitely myself, speaking for myself, that if I can't do it, I'm not going to.
And that goes back to what you were saying in the gym. Not only do you hardly ever see
Yeah.
anybody doing pull-ups in the gym, if you do, they're typically doing it wrong. So, and then you get a person who is new to the gym and unsure. This is a perfect device to have at home, whether you have a pool or you don't have a pool, because there's lots of things you can do with it, and to achieve a similar situation to being in the water without being in the water. So it's not a device that you have to have a pool for, but that's where it really stands out, because
Right.
there's nothing else like it. There's no other pull-up device made to go in the water and to take advantage of the buoyancy that the water provides.
Well, I'm pretty excited because we're going to be actually filming some of this at our house in our pool, and I am very excited to watch. I am so not getting in to do it myself when there's a camera anywhere around, but
You're going to surprise yourself.
yeah, right. Especially with your lovely wife. Oh my. But anyway, so thank you so much for being with us, and check this out. How can we get a hold of you, Tony? Website?
The website is thefitnessframe.com, and the company is Beach Athletic. We're going to be doing some promotions outside of the convention center where people will actually be able to use our products. So if you'd like, visit our website and get us your information, and we'll put you on a mailing list and get your hands on the fitness frame.
And get you in shape, right?
That's right.